Hello everybody, it's another beautiful day here in southern British Columbia. I thought today we'd take a look inside the greenhouse at those two composting totes that I've got going and just kind of compare and decide where I'm going to go with those. If you recall, I do have the pill bug experiment that I'm working on, and of course I liberated Chox's worm farm. So let's check those out. It's glorious. I've got 77 degrees on one thermometer in here and 30 degrees Celsius on another. It feels like summer when you step in the greenhouse, I tell you what. Beautiful in here. But let's look at those totes. So on the bottom of this stack is what's left of the worm farm. Wasn't looking too good when I found it. It had developed a bit of a mold and it was kind of frozen. I dug around a little bit, didn't see any worms. However, I've been turning the compost like the regular compost. So whenever I come across a big collection of worms, I'll take a handful of them and throw them in there. Probably a couple dozen in there by now. And on top of it here, we've got the pill bug composter, which has definitely broken down the amount of material that was in there. But I don't know if it's compost per se. Let's take a look. Well, I guess on the upside I've clearly got those little roly-poly pill bugs are still alive in here. No question of that. Very active. And they are starting to eat away at those roots and such, but not quite as fast as I had hoped. Gonna have to wait a little longer to get those clay pellets back, I think. So this does work in a slowly but surely kind of way. Let's dig to the bottom, see what we can find here. Yeah, see, there's no accumulation of anything that I would call compost here, but they have definitely eaten down a good 6-8 inches of the waste that was in there and packed it down. So are pill bugs a good composter? Well, I don't think so. Are they a good compactor? Kind of looks like. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm probably just going to empty this tote back into the main compost and focus on worm composting. Let's dump this out and then take a look at those worms. Why do I suspect that's going to turn into another garden bed? Anyway, so down here we've got what's left of Chox's worm farm vermicomposting experiment. And like I say, it was pretty frozen. And when I took a quick root around through here initially, I didn't see a whole lot of living worms. So I've been throwing others in as I go. I'm not going to go out and buy worms from the store. You just turn the compost, right? But I think I'm just going to have to dump this thing upside down completely and basically start fresh, because it's not looking good. Well, I think we all know vermicomposting works, and well, as long as I've got an aquaponic garden going in here, I'm going to need somewhere to toss those little bits and pieces that get cut off basically daily. Like, I'll show you the pak choi in a second, it needs to go into something. But this particular vermicompost experiment, I think, definitely needs a rebuild. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip onto YouTube, do a little research, find out how I should put this thing together, and then I'll bring out the camera and record what I actually end up doing, just so you guys can maybe learn something, or maybe get a laugh, or who knows. I don't know why y'all watch this stuff, but I sure appreciate that you do. Alright, so there you go. That is a tale of two totes looking into the pill bug composter and the vermicomposting, worm composting, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, everybody. Here's a look at that pak choi really quickly. Reaching up and touching the plastic already. Might have bolted. Just maybe.